Hello everyone, my name is Mitch Mershon. I'm the Business Development Manager for End-to-End Solutions here at Axis Communications. And in this session, we're going to talk about expanding your revenue potential with Axis Communications. So just a real quick agenda. First off, we're going to talk about what is an end-to-end solution. Once you know what an end-to-end solution is, we'll talk about some of the benefits of an end-to-end solution from Axis. And then we'll talk about what some of the key solution components are, some tools that you can use of ours to help simplify the product selection and installation. And then last but definitely not least, how can you use an end-to-end surveillance solution for RMR opportunities? So first off, what is an end-to-end surveillance solution? Well, the core of an end-to-end surveillance solution is the cameras, the recording solution or the NVRs, as well as the video management software. But you can also go beyond just the necessary components and add on things like audio solutions, entry management solutions, radar solutions, tying into third-party systems like burglar alarms. But the main piece is that all components are from one vendor. So having your cameras, NVR and VMS, audio, entry, and radar all from a single vendor, in this case, Axis. So why would you want to choose Axis over any of the other end-to-end surveillance solutions that are out on the market? Well, first off, we are an industry leader in terms of products and innovation. We invented the first IP camera back in the 90s, and we haven't looked back since. We're constantly launching new technologies, be it analytics, be it the radar and audio solutions, and we tie them all together with the Axis Camera Station, our VMS, at the core. We also provide top-notch support. So if you've ever called in and installed one of our cameras and run into an issue, you know that we have some of the best support in the entire industry. Not only do we have support on the post-sale side if there's a technical issue, but also on the pre-sale side. So if there are any questions about which camera to use or what technology might fit an opportunity, you can always talk to some of our team. We also have an extensive integrator tool set. So especially as you're getting into the video surveillance market, you might not know which camera to use or what accessory, what mount goes with what camera. We have a number of tools that will make that selection much easier for you. We also provide out-of-the-box simplicity. So as soon as you open the box, plug in your cameras, you're up and going. There's no big hoops to jump through to get up and going. You're just simply there. Also, we work on scalability. So whether that's adding in extra cameras or extra devices to a pre-existing system, whether that's adding on a new technology like an audio solution to enhance the security of a location, or even going and moving from just a single location to multiple locations, we can help you scale with your end users' needs. We also want to make sure that we have integration with existing infrastructure. We know that not every end customer is going to be able to swap out all of their cameras and their NVR at the same time. And we believe in an open standard. So our cameras can be brought into other technologies, but we can also bring in other technologies manufacturers into our system as well. We also provide no hidden fees. What you see is what you get when it comes to pricing. And we'll talk more about that whenever we get to Axis Camera Station. But we also provide profit protection. What I mean by profit protection is every time that you have to roll a truck for an unforeseen technical issue at an end customer, you're losing profit on that project. Not only are you losing profit on that project, you are also losing the possibility of profit on another project that you could be installing. By having an amazing warranty and products that you know are going to last, you can get the most profit out of every project by installing Axis. So let's take a look at what an end-to-end solution would look like in an actual real-life scenario. So you can start with just the essentials. Like I had mentioned, that would be bringing in your cameras, your recorder, as well as your VMS. And in this case, we do also offer a free mobile app. So if that's what you're comfortable with, and that's all your end user needs, we can start there. But then we can also add in other technologies. We have decoders for public view monitors. We have our entire line of audio solutions, which I'll talk about shortly, to be able to do live and pre-recorded announcements. We can also tie in with network I/O modules. And as you know, once you are able to work with an I/O, you can control lights, you can control doors, gates, just about anything. And we can bring that into our VMS. But also another piece that's very valuable is a door station. And we'll talk about door stations in just a moment, but this allows you to have bidirectional communication and video and be able to speak with visitors trying to enter your facility. And if we really want to take it advanced, we can start talking about integration of access control. So being able to control badging and who can come in and out of your facility. And we can also talk about analytics. So with analytics, now we can move from reactive security, where something has happened and I now go back and view video, to proactive security and deterring an unwanted behavior before it happens. Or we can even talk about analytics for business intelligence. How long are people standing in line? Are too many people congregating in an area? These are the types of things you can do with an end-to-end solution. And again, all from Axis. So let's talk very quickly about Axis Camera Station, our video management software. This is an intuitive, powerful, and customizable video management software. So you don't have to sacrifice customizability to be able to have it be intuitive, or you don't have to sacrifice power to make it customizable. You have a bunch of tools and functionality that will make your life and your customer's life very easy. We also have some of the most simple licensing in the industry. We have two different types of licenses, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. We have a core license. If it says Axis or 2N on the product, that's what you pay for. If it doesn't say Axis or 2N, if it's a third-party device, that would be a universal license. We don't have license fees based on what functionality you get. We don't have any service level agreements or support agreements, so we're not going to come knocking on your door in a year or two to say, if you want your software to keep working, you got to pay us. So licensing is very simple. As I mentioned on the previous slides, we're very scalable. So we can go from that small mom and pop shop with 8 cameras and a very simple solution, all the way up to going to hundreds of locations with hundreds of cameras. And we can scale from anywhere in between. Also, we put quality and support into all that we do with Axis. So again, if you've worked with us in the past on cameras, you know the quality that goes into that. You know that the support that you get with that. We put that same love and care into our software and our NVRs, just as much as we do with our cameras. And again, it's also an open platform. So if there is pre-existing infrastructure, whether it be cameras or a switch or any of those other pieces, we can pull those in as well. Now that we have Axis Camera Station, you know the video has to record somewhere. So we offer our own line of NVRs. Our S11s are powerful, scalable, and flexible. They're designed to be expanded upon. The best part about these is we have next business day on-site hardware replacement. So if a hard drive goes down, the next business day, somebody will be on-site with a new hard drive in hand. On the other side, we have our S22s, which are all-in-one simplicity. The reason we say all-in-one simplicity is that you now have one device that is the PoE switch, the recorder, and the client. And the best part about the S11s and the S22s is all the licenses are included. You don't have to worry about purchasing a server and then figuring out the license and then how to put it onto the system. It's all there from the get-go. Now, let's say you've got a smaller project. We have our S3008 recorder. And the S3008 recorder works with Axis Companion, which is our free video management software. So again, if you're looking for something that doesn't need all the fancy integrations that Axis Camera Station might be able to do, somebody just needs to simply see their video and know that it's recording, we can offer Axis Companion. The S3008 allows you to connect up to 8 Axis devices and supports a wide variety of all of our Axis products. And as you can see over on the left-hand side, it's very reasonably priced. Now let's take a look at moving beyond the camera and the NVR. The easiest way I think you can upsell on any project is to add audio. This allows you to trigger automatically the announcement by analytics, or if you have a live guard, somebody can press a button and talk down to the speaker. Again, we're getting to proactive security as opposed to reactive security. And research has shown that proper integration of network audio solutions can reduce crime, decrease shrink, and then also create a drop in theft and vandalism because now somebody knows that they're actively being watched. And two of the speakers that we do offer are stereotypical horn speaker, which is really designed to be that loud, get your attention type speaker. But we also have our new C1410, which is a smaller form factor designed for being inside and has a built-in PIR sensor. As I mentioned previously, door stations are a very powerful tool. Now with one network run, you can get a device that gives you video surveillance, bidirectional communication, and entry control all in one unit. So this allows your customers to see visitors, allow them to talk to them, and then be able to press a button to allow them to enter by unlocking the door. The cool part about this is that this can happen in both our client as well as our mobile app. One of the hottest topics today in video surveillance is body-worn solutions, and Axis is proud to have just launched our body-worn line. And at day one, we have a seamless integration with Axis Camera Station. So as you can imagine, these are great and perfectly designed for capturing evidence and documentation, but also they can act as a deterring factor as a perpetrator may see that they are on camera, but it also then promotes personal safety of those wearing the devices. Now, you may be looking at all of this and being a bit overwhelmed, especially if you're new to video surveillance. But because of that, we created the Axis Camera Station Integrator Suite. So if you ask what's in a name, it is a suite of tools designed to help you, the integrator, work with Axis Camera Station. And what this does is this provides a step-by-step process from selecting the cameras and the mounts to going through and doing the purchase, which again is going to relieve the possibility of making errors whenever we talk about the configuration, whenever we talk about purchasing. So we offer those tools free to you to be able to make sure that you can build that long-lasting customer relationship by providing them the correct documentation to be able to show that here's what you paid for and here's what we installed and that they match. But they can also be able to generate new sources of income for you by offering value add-on services, which we'll talk about in just a couple slides. So whenever we talk about the Integrator Suite, you can see we walk you through the entire life cycle from the design and the sale. So again, picking the right camera and making sure that the mounts match to that. To the sales by building out the bill of materials, which you can hand off to your distributor. Through installation, we are able to go through and take the design and import it into Axis Camera Station. We can also talk about testing. So being able to provide a stress test baked into the Axis Camera Station, which gives you peace of mind as well as your end users. And last but definitely not least is the management of the system. With remote management and remote monitoring, you can provide additional services to your customer. So as we break these out, you can see the Axis Camera Station Integrator Suite walks you through that entire process. And we made it a circle because if you do the design, the sale, and the installation and testing, you get into the management piece. Whenever your end user wants to expand their system, they're going to come back to you for that next design, and Integrator Suite will be right there to help you through the process again. Okay, we've got you sold. You absolutely love our stuff, but what about the RMR? We know that that is the big word. So what are the opportunities that come with a video surveillance system? Well, first off, if you aren't offering one now, it's extra service contracts for you. You're already there doing the burglar alarm, why not hang the cameras? Then you're able to offer up a contract every 6 months to go out and make sure that the system is up and running. You're going to polish off all of the cameras to make sure that they have a clear view. We can also offer health monitoring. So we have system health monitoring, which we as Axis provide to you, the integrator, at no cost. You can then turn around and offer that as a service to your end users at a monthly cost. Same thing with remote management, being able to ensure that the cameras are up with the proper firmware. You'll be able to easily do that remotely. And last but certainly not least, we have an integration with IMIX. So as we progress, we'll be adding on more central stations to be able to provide that integration and give you and your end customer peace of mind. So if I've piqued your interest at all today, we will have a Q&A session here in just a second, but I also recommend that you schedule some one-on-one time with myself, or you may be familiar with my partner in crime, Mike King. We'd be more than happy to schedule some time with you. And with that, we say thank you, and we'll now answer any of your questions.